Welcome once again to Christ Without Borders. Happy New Year. I'm welcoming you officially to 2025. I hope the year is going well. And don't let anything distract you in this year. We're hearing a lot of stuff. Too early in 2025, but don't let it discourage you. Keep focused. Keep focused. Think about your goals and even things you said we're going to leave behind in 2024. Leave them behind. 2025 just started. Get back to the drawing board. Put everything in place and keep going. Don't let anything distract you. In 2025, there are a lot of things in 2025. But what I can say is this: they that know their Lord, they that know their God will make exploits. Don't let anything distract you. Some will be saying the economy is this, the economy is that, things are not moving, but those who know their Lord, those who know their God, they will be doing exploit. They will be reaching greater heights. That nothing discourage you in 2025. There are a lot of things over here. There are a lot of things that are going to show up. But they that know their God, they will make exploits. So that's just that. I'm just opening with this. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is very important. And it's around. Is what stops people from having that kind of experience here as you are here on earth. You're a spirit being. I've said it already. You're a spirit being having an earthly experience. You are a spirit being trying to have an earthly experience. The spirit God put in that body you have right now, the spirit God put in that body is supposed to control the body and not the body control the spirit. Any human being that tries to let the body control the spirit has a way of pushing back. The spirit has a way of revenging. When you try to let something that is lesser than it control it. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Quite a number of things here I've written. So I think this is going to go to part 3, part 1, part 2, part 3. So basically, see, when you become too focused, there's a problem about human beings. When you become too focused on what you have achieved physically in the world, here on earth, a lot of people try to maintain that image, that status. They want to try to maintain it. And as a result, a lot of people, try to force everything, the physical and the spiritual, to conform to that status they have achieved. This is a problem. That physical achievement. But the spirit God put inside of you, operates in a different way. The spirit God put inside of you operates in a different way. The spirit God placed inside of you knows what you have to do. The spirit inside of you, He knows what you have to do. He knows where you are going. He knows what your mission is. He knows what your purpose is. The spirit God put inside of you, He knows what your assignment is. The spirit God put inside of you. And that's where a lot of human beings are struggling, because we think the spirit has to be controlled by the flesh. The flesh rather has to be controlled by the spirit. The spirit in you, the spirit God put in you, one of the things He loves is experiencing stuff, experiencing new things, going here, The Spirit God put in you wants to learn new things. You have to grow. It has to grow. The Spirit God put in you has to grow, has to develop from one level to the other, And that is what the Spirit God put in you loves. It loves to experience things. It wants to see new things. It wants to see something new. It wants to be able to come out of a situation and get some experience. The Spirit of this God put inside of you, one of the things it hates is being held or restricted in one place. It wants to be free. It wants to go. It wants to hear. It wants to see what's going here on in a lot of places, And I've already made that point clear. Don't try, and that's what we do. We once you achieve something, you try to force the physical, the human being, the body, and the spirit to stay at that certain level because I achieved ABC here. No. There are higher levels, there are higher realms, there are higher dimensions. The Spirit God put in you has access to a lot of high. If you allow the Spirit of God, the Spirit God put in you to become that free spirit it's supposed to be, it's going to go on to have a lot of experience, a lot of encounters. It means spiritual encounters. There are a lot of things the Spirit God put in you is able to do. We look at a typical scenario like what happened between when God was trying to call Jeremiah. God was trying to call Jeremiah to be a prophet for him. Jeremiah was resisting because Jeremiah thought he was so young. God said, no. I foreordain you as a prophet. Even before you step foot here, you were already a prophet. The Spirit God put in Jeremiah is a prophetic spirit. The only thing Jeremiah had to do was to become sensitive to that spirit of the Spirit God put inside of them. The Spirit God put inside of you, if you allow yourself, there's a way it's going to give you, it's going to push you, prompt you to move in a certain way. The spirit in Jeremiah is a prophetic spirit. And if you've looked at a lot of few things, the prophetic spirit has a way of a lot of doing things, has a way of doing things, has a way of getting around things. The prophetic spirit knows about a lot of things. Listen, the spirit inside of you has access to a lot of hidden knowledge, information which you've never read before, you have never seen before, you have never been taught before. The Spirit God put inside of you. It has access to a lot of hidden knowledge, revelations, remedies, a lot of ways to do a lot of things that you have never seen before, you have never read before, you have never been taught before. What is the problem? A lot of human beings are disconnected. A lot of human beings don't avail themselves so that there can be communication between their body, the soul, and the spirit. There has to be good communication between the body, the soul, and the spirit. Now, to be able to sense the promptings, the push, the urges of the Spirit God placed inside of you require to be able to sense it, to be able to get some of these promptings. One has to become sensitive, spiritually sensitive. A lot of people are spiritually insensitive. They think it's all about the flesh. The flesh is not about the flesh. The spirit is higher. The spirit in you is higher. It's far more superior than this flesh. The flesh is just some container, some can, some tin can. There's nothing really in this flesh. So if people would allow themselves, this is part one. I'm going to follow with part two. they are going to be pushed into things they are going to be surprised about. They are going to be pushed into places and things